The Chicago Blackhawks joined the NHL in 1926 as part of the league's continuing expansion into the United States. In 1934, Chicago, led by a pair of future Hall of Famers, defenseman Lionel Conacher and goaltender Charlie Gardner, beat the Detroit Red Wings to capture the franchise's first Stanley Cup. Despite finishing the 1937-38 regular season with a 14-25-9 record, the Blackhawks advanced to the playoffs and began an unlikely run that culminated with a victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Stanley Cup Final. The franchise would have to wait until the 1960-61 season for its third Stanley Cup. Future Hall of Famers Glenn Hall, Pierre Pilote, Bobby Hull, and Stan Mikita starred as the Blackhawks vanquished the reigning five-time champion Montreal Canadiens in the semifinals, and then defeated the Red Wings in the final.
The Hawks fall on the ice for the sweet taste of their first victory celebration in 23 years.
Behind legends Hull and Mikita, Chicago remained title contenders for the rest of the decade. Hull earned 2 Hart trophies and became the game's top goal scorer, tying the single-season record of 50 in 1961-62, breaking it with 54 in 1965-66.
Drive one, score! If you saw that one, you saw hockey history in the making.
And again surpassing it with 58 3 seasons later. Mikita also won a pair of Hart trophies while leading the league in scoring 4 times between 1963-64 and 1967-68. Inspired by the goaltending of Tony Esposito, the franchise's all-time leader in wins, the Blackhawks returned to the final in 1971 and 1973. Chicago's Stanley Cup drought, however, would continue until 2010. The team that ended 49 years of frustration featured 3 of the game's biggest stars, forwards Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews, and defenseman Duncan Keith. Kane produced a moment that was both surreal and unforgettable with his 2010 Cup-winning goal.
For the first time since 1961, the Chicago Blackhawks have won the Stanley Cup.
3 seasons later, after a remarkable rally in Game 6 of the final,
They score! And Bull is in front of the net!
2 goals in 17 seconds!
the Blackhawks again hoisted the Stanley Cup. In 2015, Chicago made a case to be considered a modern-day dynasty with its 3rd cup in 6 seasons.